All right, so thinking about becoming a university lecturer in Australia
Yeah,
sounds like a pretty sweet gig, right?
definitely.
Sun, sand, and shaping young minds. Well, in this deep dive, we're going to break down everything you need to know.
Okay.
We'll cover what the job actually entails, how to get there, the salary expectations, and maybe most importantly,
Yeah.
what it's really like to be a lecturer.
All right, let's do it.
So when people think lecturer, they usually picture someone standing at a podium,
Right.
just lecturing to a huge hall of students.
Yeah.
But I bet there's a lot more to it than that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's definitely a part of it, of course.
Yeah.
But there's a whole lot more going on behind the scenes.
Like what? Give us the inside scoop.
Well, for one thing, the amount of research involved might surprise some people.
Research.
Yeah, you're not just teaching what's already known. You're expected to be pushing the boundaries of your field, publishing papers,
Oh, wow.
presenting at conferences. It's really about being a contributor to your field, not just a teacher.
So you're not just shaping young minds, you're shaping, like, the future of your field, too.
Exactly. And then on top of the research, there's all the administrative stuff.
Oh, right.
Faculty meetings, curriculum development, marking, feedback. It's a lot of paperwork.
Ugh, paperwork, the bane of every job.
It's true. And then on top of all that, you're expected to maintain a teaching portfolio.
A teaching portfolio.
Yeah. So it's not just about your qualifications, it's about actually demonstrating your commitment to teaching
Well,
and showing how you're constantly improving your practice.
no, it's kind of like a constantly evolving record of your skills and experience as an educator.
Precisely. It's a way to really showcase your growth as a teacher
Hmm.
and demonstrate your commitment to student success. It all ties in together.
I see. Okay, so let's say someone is listening to this and thinking, this sounds awesome. What are the actual steps they need to take to become a lecturer?
Well, first and foremost, you need a solid bachelor's degree in the field you want to teach.
Right.
But to be competitive in Australia, you'll likely need at least a master's degree.
Okay.
And honestly, more often than not, a PhD.
Ah, so you really need to have reached the highest level of education yourself.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
Right.
Now, I know the average salary for lecturers is pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
but let's talk money. What can someone realistically expect to earn?
Well, the average salary for a university lecturer in Australia is around AUD 115,000.
Wow.
That's significantly higher than the average Aussie salary.
Right.
But of course, that can vary a bit depending on the field.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. I'd imagine like someone in a high-demand STEM field might earn more.
You're absolutely right. Someone in, say, engineering or computer science might be able to command a higher starting salary,
Right.
but that shouldn't discourage you if your passion lies in the humanities.
So at least initially, it's about passion over paycheck.
In a way, yeah, it's about finding that balance.
Right, because money isn't everything, but you still got to pay the bills. Speaking of which, let's shift gears a bit and talk about work-life balance.
Good.
Because we've talked about research, teaching, admin work.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot to juggle. What's it really like day to day?
It can be pretty intense, I'm not going to lie,
Right.
especially when you have multiple deadlines all at once.
Oh, I bet.
Research papers, grant applications, marking it can really pile up.
I can only imagine. Any tips for staying sane?
Well, I think the key is to be organized, prioritize effectively, and most importantly, set boundaries.
Boundaries, yeah.
You need to be able to switch off and recharge.
I think that's good advice for any job, really.
It is.
But especially in a field as demanding as academia.
Exactly. And it's not just the workload, it's the emotional side of things, too.
Oh, right.
You're working with students, supporting them through their challenges, navigating the competitive academic world. It can take a toll.
So it's not just about book smarts. You need some serious emotional intelligence to thrive.
Absolutely. And speaking of skills, let's talk about those that go beyond what you learn in textbooks.
Okay, so the essential soft skills for success as a lecturer. What are we talking about here?
Well, first and foremost, communication is key.
Right.
You need to be able to explain complex ideas clearly and engagingly.
So it's not just about being a walking encyclopedia. You have to actually be able to share that knowledge
Yeah,
in a way that connects with people.
exactly. And another crucial skill is adaptability.
Adaptability.
Yeah. The Australian university system is incredibly diverse. Students come from all walks of life, different learning styles, different backgrounds. So
Mhm.
being able to tailor your teaching methods,
Mm.
incorporate new technologies,
Yeah.
even weave in indigenous knowledge into your curriculum.
Oh, wow.
Those are the things that make a truly outstanding lecturer.
Sounds like you need to be a bit of a chameleon,
Yeah.
constantly adapting.
That's a great way to put it.
So we've covered a lot of ground here, but it feels like we've just scratched the surface.
We have. There's still so much more to explore.
Lucky for us, we have plenty of time to dig deeper.
Exactly. Something else that's really important is building relationships,
Oh,
not just with students, but with colleagues, mentors, even people in industry.
networking, huh?
Yeah, networking is huge in academia, especially here in Australia.
I bet. Makes sense. Especially for research collaborations and funding opportunities.
Absolutely. It's a collaborative field, so having a strong network of colleagues can open so many doors.
Right. New research projects, grant funding, maybe even international opportunities.
Exactly.
So it's about building a community, really.
Yeah, like a community of like-minded individuals who can support and challenge each other.
I like that.
But, let's not sugarcoat things. Becoming a university lecturer in Australia, it's not easy.
Right.
It's a competitive field. And the path to a secure position, especially one with tenure, can be pretty tough.
Okay, tenure. You mentioned it earlier, but what does that actually mean in the Australian context?
So tenure is basically a permanent academic appointment.
Okay.
It means you've proven yourself, shown exceptional performance in teaching, research, and service to the university.
Wow, that's a big deal.
It is. It provides job security and academic freedom.
Freedom in what sense?
Well, it allows you to pursue research and express your views without fear of, reprisal.
Ah, so you're not walking on eggshells.
Exactly.
You've reached the summit of Mount Academia, so to speak.
You could say that, but it's not easy to get there.
Right, what's involved?
Well, you usually need to have worked at the university for a good number of years, published extensively, and have really positive evaluations
Really?
from your peers and students. Then, in Australia, the process typically involves submitting a huge portfolio of your work,
Oh,
including publications, teaching evaluations, evidence of contributions to the university community, and then all of that gets reviewed.
review by.
A committee of senior academics.
Oh gosh, that sounds a bit nerve-wracking.
It can be, yeah. Having your whole career scrutinized like that.
But I guess the rewards are worth it.
Definitely. Tenure offers a level of job security that's rare these days, especially in academia.
Right.
So you can focus on your research, mentor your students, and contribute to your field without that constant worry.
The worry of losing your job.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's not just about job security, it's about freedom, really.
It is freedom to pursue your passions, take intellectual risks
Yeah,
without fear of repercussions.
I like that.
Speaking of passions, let's go back to that for a minute. You've done all this research on becoming a lecturer,
Yeah.
but what area of research really excites you? What field would you love to, delve into and share with students?
That's such a good question. It's easy to get caught up in the practicalities, the how-to,
Right?
but at the end of the day, it's passion that fuels a successful academic career.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the research itself.
What else?
It's about finding a field where you can make a real difference, where your work can contribute to a better understanding of the world,
Oh, wow, that's powerful.
or even help solve real-world problems.
So it's about finding that sweet spot where your intellectual curiosity meets your desire to make a difference.
Exactly. And speaking of making a difference, let's talk about how lecturers share their knowledge beyond the classroom.
Okay.
Publishing in academic journals is essential,
Mm-hmm.
but there are other avenues as well, like writing books, for instance.
Oh, yeah, writing a book. I imagine that's a dream for a lot of academics.
It is. It's a fantastic way to reach a wider audience.
Right, share your expertise with the world.
Exactly. And let's not forget about mentorship.
Mentorship.
Yeah, as you progress in your career, you'll have the opportunity to supervise postgraduate students,
Oh.
guide them through their research, help them develop their own academic voice.
So it's a cycle, really, of knowledge sharing and mentorship.
It is. You're not just teaching, you're inspiring the next generation of scholars.
And that's got to be rewarding.
Oh, incredibly rewarding. Seeing your students grow and succeed, knowing you played a part in their journey,
Yeah.
that's what makes all the challenges worthwhile.
It sounds like it's more than just a job. It's a calling almost.
In a way, it is.
But let's be realistic. There are downsides too, right?
Of course.
You mentioned the competitive nature of academia, the pressure to publish, the long hours.
Yeah, it's not a career for everyone, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You need to be self-motivated, resilient, able to handle criticism.
Right.
And then there's all the administrative stuff, the paperwork, the bureaucracy.
Ugh. So it's not all intellectual debates and inspiring lectures.
No, definitely not.
There's a fair bit of red tape to deal with.
Oh, absolutely. But I think that's true of most professions.
That's true.
And for the right person, someone who's passionate about teaching, research, and making a difference,
Mm-hmm.
the rewards of being a university lecturer far outweigh the challenges.
It sounds like you're speaking from experience.
I am.
What would you say are the most rewarding aspects of your career?
For me, it's those aha moments.
Aha moments.
Yeah, those times when a student finally grasps a complex concept,
Yeah.
or when my research leads to a new discovery, those moments make it all worthwhile.
That's great.
And knowing that my work is contributing to, a better understanding of the world, that's incredibly fulfilling.
It sounds like you're truly living your passion.
I am. I really am.
And that's what we want for our listeners too, right?
Exactly.
To find a career that lights them up, allows them to make a meaningful contribution.
And if that career happens to be in academia, well, Australia is a fantastic place to be.
Why is that?
We have a world-class university system, a supportive research environment, and a vibrant intellectual culture.
So it's not just about the sunshine and the beaches.
No, not at all. There's a thriving academic community here that welcomes new ideas and fosters innovation.
So, if you're ready to take the plunge, to dive into the world of research, teaching, and intellectual exploration, this deep dive has hopefully given you the insights and inspiration you need to get started.
And hopefully inspired you along the way.
Definitely.
Because, let's be honest, academia has a bit of an image problem.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
People think it's all stuffy lectures and ivory
It's
towers.
very old-fashioned.
But it's so much more dynamic than that.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. We've talked about cutting-edge research, passionate teaching, mentoring future leaders.
Exactly.
That doesn't sound stuffy to me.
Not at all. And think about the impact you can have,
Yeah.
whether you're shaping the minds of the next generation, conducting research that leads to new discoveries, or just contributing to a deeper understanding of the world around us.
It's powerful.
It is. Academia offers a unique opportunity to make a real difference.
Okay, so to wrap things up,
Okay.
what's the one thing you want our listener to take away from this deep dive?
I would say this. If you have a passion for knowledge, a thirst for discovery, and a desire to share that passion with others, don't let anything hold you back from exploring a career in academia.
I love that.
It's a challenging path, no doubt, but it's also incredibly rewarding.
Beautifully said. It's about taking a leap of faith, trusting your instincts, and embracing the adventure.
Exactly.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll be hearing about your groundbreaking research or your inspiring lectures right here on the Deep Dive.
I would love that. Yeah, it really is kind of like that.
It is.
Browse around, see what catches your eye.
Send a few applications.
Yeah, exactly. And don't be afraid to, think outside the box a little.
Go ahead.
The Australian academic landscape is, it's more diverse than people realize.
Really?
Yeah, there are opportunities in traditional universities, of course,
Right.
but also smaller colleges, specialist research institutes, even online institutions.
Wow. So many options.
Yeah, there really are. So cast a wide net,
Okay.
explore all the options.
See what's out there.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, the most important thing is finding a position that aligns with your passions.
Your skills, your long-term goals.
It's about finding the right fit.
It is.
And that's what this deep dive has been all about.
Yeah.
Giving you the information and insights you need to make an informed decision about your future.
Exactly. And hopefully inspiring you along the way.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, academia, it has a bit of an image problem.
Oh, definitely.
People think it's all, stuffy lectures and ivory towers.
Yeah, kind of outdated.
Yeah.
But it's so much more dynamic than that.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we've talked about cutting-edge research, passionate teaching, mentoring future leaders.
Exactly.
That doesn't sound stuffy to me.
Not at all. And think about the impact you can have,
Yeah.
whether you're shaping the minds of the next generation,
Yeah.
conducting research that leads to new discoveries,
Yeah.
or simply contributing to a deeper understanding of the world around us.
It's pretty amazing.
It is. Academia offers a unique opportunity to make a real difference.
Okay, so to wrap things up.
If our listener takes away just one thing from this deep dive,
Yeah.
what would you want it to be?
I would say this. If you have a passion for knowledge, a thirst for discovery, and a desire to share that passion with others,
Okay.
Don't let anything hold you back from exploring a career in academia.
I love that.
It's a challenging path, no doubt, but it's also incredibly rewarding.
Beautifully said.
Yeah.
It's about taking that leap of faith, trusting your instincts, and embracing the adventure.
Exactly.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll be hearing about your groundbreaking research or your inspiring lectures right here on The Deep Dive.
I would love that.
Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the world of university lecturing in Australia.
Great talking to you.
You too.
Thanks for having me.
We hope you found it informative, inspiring, and maybe even a little bit life-changing.
Definitely.
And to all you listeners out there,
Yeah.
keep learning.
Keep exploring.
Keep diving deep into the things that light you up.
That's what it's all about.
Until next time.